Love yourself with all your heart. Love yourself with all of your energy, your passion, and love. Makes sense. You're the only one that carry with you until the end of your journey. Then you must love yourself, right? But it is often far from the truth. We are sometimes our biggest enemy, and we often hate ourselves more than we love ourselves. But it's so important to love yourself with everything that you have. Embrace every single thing about you, and even be proud for all of your flaws. Natural tendency when talking about flaws is something to avoid, something to be ashamed, something to be embarrassed. Nobody really wants to review about their flaws. We all try to hide our weaknesses and our flaws. But the more we try to hide, the more we feel insecure about ourselves. But when you embrace and accept every single flaw about yourself, you actually feel more confident. Interesting, right? Love yourself not only when you feel good, but also when you don't feel so great about yourself. I think that's when you need yourself the most. It's easy when you make the right decisions all the time and to love yourself during those times. But life is not always like that. You are expected to make wrong decisions from time to time. And it's so easy to hate yourself, to beat yourself up during those times. Realize that you do nothing good by doing that. Learn to love yourself both good and bad times. Learn to love yourself with all of your flaws. Those flaws are what make you stand out, are what make you unique and different. Yes, they may not be exactly what you want, but they are a part of who you are, and you can't change them. So instead of being their enemy, why not become their friend and learn to appreciate them? Do you know why? Because when you accept them, you no longer give a shit anymore. You no longer worry about them anymore. And now you can just freely express your authentic self. Oftentimes, we look at ourselves and we worry that others may see our flaws, and we try to be something else so that they don't see it. But by doing so, we often feel more insecure about ourselves, and we never really freely express who we are. When you love and embrace all of your flaws, no one has power over you anymore. The people who laugh at your flaws are not meant to be in your life. And when you realize this, you'll start to attract the right people. It's so easy to look at others and compare ourselves. Instead of focusing on what we have, we often focus on what we lack and then feel inferior about ourselves. Stop doing this to yourself. When you resist something about yourself that you know you can change, you disempower yourself. On the other hand, when you accept and are proud of that, you empower yourself. You see, you do have a choice to empower or disempower yourself. Funny how it's easier to show empathy for others about their flaws and mistakes. But when it comes to you, you become very hard on yourself. Naturally, you think you would love yourself, but not really. You are either your biggest fan or your worst enemy. And so many people unconsciously choose to be their worst enemy. It all starts with your awareness. Notice your thought when you doubt or feel low about yourself, and slowly shift it to positive thought. The only person on earth that really cares for you is you. Friends and family can change their minds and betray you at any time. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't trust them, but before you trust anyone else, you must learn to trust and love yourself first. And the only way you can love yourself is to completely accept every single thing about you. Your hair, your voice, your height, your weight, your look, everything. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't change any of these. No, not at all. Accept yourself as a current version and then always find a way to improve yourself. You are meant to grow. You are meant to be more. So part of improving yourself is always learn to become more. Learn to reach your potential. But just don't wait until you reach to your potential to be happy, to be proud of yourself. No, in fact, you can actually be proud of yourself from this moment. Believe that you can deserve anything you want in this life. At this moment, right now, you deserve to be with a beautiful girl. You deserve to be with a woman of your dream. When a girl rejects you, let it go and move on to the next person. Do not internalize that you're not good enough or any version like that. Dating is really a number of games. You try different hats until you find the one that fits you. The sooner you move on from anyone who rejects you, the better. Never internalize or diminish yourself when somebody rejects you. It simply means that it's not compatible. Don't feel low about yourself. Don't feel like there's something wrong with you. Remember, you are unique and you are different. And when you meet the right person, they will accept every single flaw about you and find it interesting and wonderful. So keep going, keep loving yourself, and never stop when you encounter rejection. Loving yourself is a process or a journey. There are times you're gonna hate yourself. Trust me, it'll happen. It's happened to me before, and it will happen to me again. I know that, and I'm prepared for it, especially when you make wrong decisions. Therefore, it's so important to realize that. Do not expect to love yourself all the time. It's unrealistic, and you'll just set yourself up for failure. The reason I mention this is because there will be times you'll fall short, and when this happens, be gentle with yourself. Pick yourself up and keep going. The world is a tough place. By loving yourself with all your heart, it'll help you get through this journey easier, more enjoyable, more peace, less stress, and less frustration. Let me remind you again, you're special and unique in your own way, with all of your beauty and flaws. Never diminish or lower your self-worth by comparing yourself to others. There are times you win, and there are times you lose. It is simply the way it is. You can decide to be your own biggest fan or to be your worst enemy. You have a choice. But remember, it's always better and healthier to choose your own biggest fan. So until next time, love yourself with all your heart. Hey, thank you for listening to my podcast. If you got any value out of it, appreciate your ratings and reviews. That means the world to me. My hope is that no matter what you go through in life, have faith and never stop believing in yourself. And until next time, always be your awesome, badass, authentic self.